Well, I'm not Jan Casebolt, but Jan asked me if I would talk to you guys today because she knows that I have kind of a cool story about making a covenant. So this is my story. In Washington State, where we used to live, there's a race that they run every spring. It's called Bloomsday. It's the Lilac Bloomsday Run. There's a picture of it up there. And it's a kind of a big deal because 50,000 people come and run in this race. That would be like if everybody in Mesquite and Bunkerville and Phoenix and Milwaukee and Beaver Dam and maybe some of our friends from St. George all got together to run in a race. And it's 8 miles long. So that's like running from one end of Mesquite to the other end and back again twice. So you can see it's kind of a big deal. Well, one year I decided I wanted to run in it, but I wasn't a very good runner. But my husband Sam was a good runner. So he promised me that he would help me train. And so he did. And we started to train. And it was hard. And I wanted to quit. But I didn't quit because we had made a special promise to each other, a covenant, that we would train together. And some days he made me run up this really, really steep hill by our house. That's when I really wanted to quit. But he knew that I had to run hills because in the Bloomsday race there's this really, really long hill called Doomsday Hill. It's true, Doomsday Hill. So Sam knew I had to train on the hills. So we got up every morning before it was light so we could go train before we went to work. And sometimes it was cold, and sometimes it was raining, and one day we ran in the snow, but we didn't quit because we had made a special promise to each other. So finally it was race day. I was so excited. And guess what? We didn't win. But we ran a good race and we conquered Doomsday Hill. And by making an agreement with each other and reminding each other that we didn't have to do it alone, we were able to keep going. And you know that God makes covenants with us too? That all of us, we and God, are in covenant together. We agree to be there for each other. So when we are here to do God's work, God is always here to help us. And we're here to love each other and to love God. And God is always here to love us back. And we come together on Sundays to remember that we're in a community of God, that we have a covenant together. Isn't that cool? So on Sundays, and especially during Lent, we remember our covenant with God. And we're thankful that we are His people and that we are not alone. And you know what else about Lent? Usually we give up something to help us remember our covenant. But this Lent is special because we are giving something to somebody else to help us remember our covenant. So this week, we gave pencil sharpeners, and we gave pencils, and what else did we give? Erasers, and we gave erasers. I think we're going to need a bigger basket. So next week, there's only 2 things for you to remember. Spiral notebooks. You can put those in there if you want, Lester. And 12-inch rulers with centimeters marked on them. So see how this ruler has inches on one side and centimeters on the other? Do you know why that is? Some countries, like the United States, measure in inches. But lots of other countries measure in centimeters. And I don't know where this little ruler is going to go, but I know that whatever child gets this ruler, it will be a good tool for them because they can measure in inches or in centimeters. Isn't that cool? So, will you pray with me? Dear Lord, thank you for being here with us. Help me to be here with you.